Hello, honey. I love you, cousin, even though, aunque no quisiste verme cuando fui a Santo Domingo, I still love you. A lot of love, cousin. Shay, what's going on? Huh?
I didn't get the notification that was live.
Yeah, it's live. Welcome to Flavor Square, Chef Joe. George somewhere in the basement, don't worry about it. I have my man behind the camera. What's up, Eric?
What's going on, brother, man?
Same old, brother. We have an amazing recipe today. Delicious, refreshing recipe. And we have blood orange. You guys have to try this. If you guys haven't tried it, it's one of my favorites. Really expensive. I don't know if it's just because I went to a special supermarket to get them. I'm not gonna say the name. But for the first time I bought oranges by the pound. I have never seen anything like that before. You know, so anyways, let's keep going. Today we're gonna make a nice pan-seared salmon. Going with a cucumber. Welcome to Flavor Square, Chef Joe. George behind the camera, the ladies on the computer. One more time. Pan-seared salmon. Going with a cucumber and fennel salad. I'm gonna do an orange vinaigrette. And before I start, as usual, you have to have, you know, a sip of wine. George, you wanna grab one? I know it's all for me, but. Okay, so I already seasoned one side of the fish. I'm gonna keep going on the other side.
Very good.
Yes, I'm not into wine, but that tastes good. So yeah, you season both sides. White pepper and hot pan, okay? You gotta have a hot pan. Why? Because first thing is that when you sear your fish, it doesn't stick when the pan is hot, okay? So it doesn't stick, it doesn't break apart. That's why you need a hot pan. Oil. Jesus Christ. You don't want to know what happened behind George. Anyways, yes, sir. Wine. Eric, what's up? Enrico, how are you? So like I said, hot pan. And I'm going to sear my salmon. You can switch the camera if you want. If you have a non-stick pan at home, you can use it. Why not? So the salmon's going. And what you want to do, you want to make sure you get a nice color. You know, you want to make sure you sear the salmon completely seared. At the same time, not being overcooked. Okay? There you go. No, dude, it was perfect. George always messes up my thing. Like when I'm going with something, he comes and he just destroys it. It's like your neighbor that breaks everything. Jeez.
Dude, you thought you were catching your ass. That's all you were seeing.
Because I put the pan on this side. That's why. Anyways. Okay, so salmon's going. I'm searing the salmon. I'm searing the salmon. Again, you season salt and pepper. Make sure you guys get a nice color on one side of the salmon. Okay, you can switch the camera back to me. And we're gonna make a vinaigrette. Simple vinaigrette, nothing crazy. For those at home, I have 1/4 cup of orange juice, 1 tablespoon of Dijon mustard, 1 cup of oil. Obviously, you're gonna season with salt and pepper. While the salmon is going, I'm gonna try to, take advantage of that. Let me add the Dijon mustard right in there. Make sure you guys get all of it. Orange juice, mix it. White mustard. Mustard is the binder here. When you make a vinaigrette, you either use Dijon mustard or you could grab an egg yolk. So mix that well. Let me just check on the salmon real quick. Okay, let me leave it alone, but it's going there. Beautiful. Okay, so on the vinaigrette, make sure that everything is completely mixed. Make sure you mix it well, okay? while you're mixing it, you can go ahead and start dropping the oil. Little by little, not all at once. If you add all at once, it's gonna break and you're gonna have the oil on one side, then the orange juice on the other. You want it to emulsify. Thank you, George. So make sure you mix it real good. Add a little more. Let me stop right there. Remember, 1 cup of oil, 1/4 of a cup of orange juice, and right now what I'm going to do is add a little bit more fat on the salmon. I want to get a real nice sear on that. Okay, so once you mix this real well, you're going to crack some pepper in there. Fresh pepper. And a little bit of salt. And you know my little bit of salt, a pinch of salt. You might think it's a lot, but you have, let me tell you something about a vinaigrette. You have 2 different components that you have to balance out when you're making vinaigrette. I'm gonna sear this salmon for a little bit longer, but it's almost to the point that I want. Okay, so going back to the seasoning. When you have an acidic component, you know, an acidic ingredient, you have to salt it, because once you add salt to it, either it's too acidic or too salty, so you have to balance it out, okay? Sometimes, same thing if you're cooking something and it's too acidic and you want to balance it out, all you have to do is add a little bit more salt. Okay, so the salmon is at that point that I want already. So the vinaigrette is done. We're going to use this vinaigrette for our salad. It's completely done. Let me switch the camera so they can see it. That's already done. That's what we're going to use for our salad. Okay, so going back on our fish. Let me show you guys a proper sear. This is what I want. When I'm talking about searing a fish, this is what you should achieve. Okay, you want that nice brown seared. Okay, so make sure that's completely seared. There you go. Once that's seared, you know what? Let me get them out real quick. I'm gonna get rid of that fat.
Now salmon is a very fatty fish.
Very fatty fish. I'm gonna get rid of that fat. The reason why I'm gonna get rid of that fat is that I'm gonna add a little butter and thyme to the fish. I'm gonna baste it. Why? So you can infuse a little bit of flavor. So yes, let's go with some. Oh, look what we got here. We got Spoonie today. I'm gonna add some fat in there, some butter. And when you do this at home, if you're doing it in a non-stick, make sure you use a rubber spoon. Okay, so I'm going with some butter and a lot of thyme. You want to make sure you add those flavors there. What was that? Yeah. She gave me the spoon, but her spoon is bigger though. Oh, I thought you were talking about the other lady, you know, from the Food Network and whatnot. You know, you're my chef dish today, bro. Okay, so go ahead and start basting your fish. Get some of the herbs on top of that fish. Don't be like me with a metal spoon on your pan. Okay, so go ahead, baste that fish. Make sure you infuse the flavor from the thyme. And it smells good here already, I could tell you that. Okay, so when you do this, you could on a fish, you could do it for about a minute or so. If you're planning on finishing the fish on the hot pan, okay, you could go ahead and do it the whole time. But I'm not gonna finish my fish on the hot pan. Okay, I'm going in the oven.
Now tell everybody that we should never use metal on Teflon.
I did 3 times already.
And also not to put it in the oven.
And it smells good here, man. Wow. Okay, so this is done. So your fish is completely seared. Look at that.
And in all honesty, you can eat
It smells good.
like that.
Yes, you can eat it like that. Right there is about a medium rare.
And to me, that's what you should be eating salmon.
It's going in the oven. A few minutes. All right. So while the fish is going in there, real quick, I'm gonna make the sauce, the glaze for the salmon. I'm gonna try to hurry up because again, it's three different things and it takes time. Hi everyone that I didn't say hi. Hola Lisa, how are you?
What temperature is that?
Temperature is at 400 degrees. Thank you very much. 400 degrees, 7 minutes. That'll give you a medium temperature on the fish. If you want to go well done, you leave it for 9 minutes. If you want it medium rare, you go from 4 to 5 minutes. Also depends on your range. Okay? Okay, so this, I'm gonna get it to pretty hot. Obviously, again, for the recipe, I'm going with white sugar. And what you're gonna do, you're gonna let that caramelize a little bit. As you see, if you can see there, it's already getting brown on some of the areas over here. It's already melting. That's what you want to do. Here you can use a metal spoon for it. Totally fine. Mix it. And trust me, this is going to be good. George, don't even think about the flame on here because I'm not trying to burn the sugar, okay? Okay, so it's already smoking. It's already getting to where I want it to. That little brown color. It's already smoky. Let me see what happens here. That's spiced rum. You have 6 ounces of spiced rum in there. So now I'm just gonna wait for the sugar to combine to the rum. I'm gonna reduce it. While it's reducing, I'm gonna go and add the orange juice. And when you add the orange juice to it, you reduce it, and we're gonna use that for our fish. While that's working, hold on, let me see. It's okay. You can scrape the pan. Reduce it a little bit. Cook the alcohol. Since it's spiced rum, you have different spices in there, so it's going to give better flavor to what you're doing. Now in a gastrique, you can add vinegar to it. So I took the vinegar out. I didn't want to do that because I already have the orange. I want to have most of the flavor from the orange instead of the vinegar. So I'm going with 1 cup of orange juice. Again, remember, it's blood orange. That's why it's red. Yes, regular white sugar, granulated. You can do brown sugar if you want. Why not? Up to you. So you're gonna reduce that a little bit. So while that's working, we can jump and go ahead and work on our salad. So for the salad, I went and I did, George, I have some fennel. Let me give you the recipe. I didn't give you the recipe for the salad. I don't think I gave you the recipe for any of it. But I'll go ahead after I give you the recipe for this.
They need to watch the damn show to get the recipe. If we just give them the recipe, then
I give the recipe throughout we go, while we go. You understand? So I didn't do it. Yeah. Anyways, for the gastrique that we started working is 1 cup of orange juice, 2 tablespoons of sugar, pinch of salt that I haven't added yet, and the 6 ounces of spiced rum. I'm going with a pinch of salt. That's there. For the salad, you need 2 cucumbers. And I have it here. On the cucumber, I peeled some of it and left some of it like that, just for the fact that you want to give like a cool look to your salad. You understand? That's what you're trying to do. So you peel your cucumber. Once you peel it with a spoon, take the seeds out. And once they're out, you can go ahead and chop it. Cut it to the thinness that you want. But in this particular case, this is about, what, 1/4, maybe a little bit more of 1/4 of an inch. So go ahead and cut your cucumber. And again, 2 cucumbers. Let me leave some space. I didn't grab a big bowl. Okay.
Farm raised or?
It's farm raised. Everything we have here today is organic. Everything.
No, it's not farm raised. That's wild
Wild caught, yes. Excuse me, not farm raised.
Wild caught Atlantic salmon.
Wild caught. Thank you for correcting me. So yeah, we have 2 cucumbers. You grab 2 heads of fennel. Okay, fennel is one of those vegetables that is like licorice. I love it, I like it, I like the taste of it. So you cut the top, cut it in half, which is what I did here. I cut it in half and then I sliced it. So basically, I'm gonna cut it in half again. And I'm gonna go ahead and slice it. You can go really thin. I'm not trying to cut my fingers right now, so it might be a little bit thicker than usual. And you can go with something like that. Okay? Something that thin for your fennel, okay? So you need 2 heads of fennel. Let me move this out. Like I said, it's a lot of things today. That's why I'm trying to move most of the stuff out as soon as I finish it. So I have the fennel here. I'm going to add it to the cucumber. Any questions? Yeah. Any questions, Alyssa, on the thing or no? Let me give it 1 more minute and we'll stop it. Anyways, that's what you have, cucumber and fennel. What do you think, Merrick? What do you think?
Thinking that I want to eat what I'm smelling. George goes.
I hope it's not what I'm thinking. Okay, so fennel, cucumber, a little bit of salt, pepper, mix it. Trust me, there's more to it. It's not only this. George, can you get the camera closer and get a good shot, like going like this? You know what? I'm gonna change your name. You're Darth Vader, and the stormtroopers on this side. Okay, so you mix this real good. Once you mix that, the vinaigrette that we made, goes in there. So you can add some of that vinaigrette in there. Obviously, you can add as much as you like. Do not go crazy, because when you put it on the plate, it's going to be soupy. You don't want a soup on your plate, okay? You mix it real good. Remember, that's the orange vinaigrette that we made. And for the vinaigrette, remember, it's 1/4 cup orange juice, 1 cup of grapeseed oil, 1 tablespoon of Dijon mustard, salt and pepper to taste. So now, I have some orange supreme that I showed you guys earlier. The juice from that, I'm going to put it in there as well. I'm going to add it to that. I want that acidity in there as well. Okay? And again, you mix it. And man, I'm hungry. Okay, so once you mix that real good, go ahead and taste. That tastes good. You still need a little bit more salt. All those ingredients, you know, you have to make sure you taste. That way, if you need to season again, go ahead and season. Once you do that, let me clean this real good.
I don't know why I'm thinking of cheese, Parmesan cheese.
No, absolutely not. Not with this, because then it throws all the flavors.
Yeah.
It throws it out.
Yeah, because these are all real subtle flavors, but it's like so many different flavors.
Let me take the salmon out. Let it sit a little bit. Okay, so this is where it gets good. When you're gonna start plating this, when you start plating these, this is where you go with the orange supreme. You add the dill, fennel head, the fennel fern. You go ahead and put it on the plate when you start plating. So again, refreshing recipes. Nothing out of the world. It's something simple and delicious. Go ahead, George.
Definitely a summer,
Spring summer dish. That's what we're making today. Okay, so once you do that, you can go ahead and start dressing your plate. Add some of those orange supremes. And trust me, it's something real good. You can go crazy with it. If you really like orange supreme, you can add as much as you want. Now look at that. It's getting to that stage already where I want it. It's almost there. You can switch the camera and you can show them exactly where it is. That goes on top of our fish. Okay, going back to the plate. You can go ahead and add some dill. You have to understand, I'm on this side. Once I plate on this side, you'll be able to see it on the other side. Obviously, it's better looking from my side, which is the side that I'm plating. Okay? Now, what I did with the orange, George, on the orange, I grabbed a peeler and I peeled the orange without the white part of it. Okay? Without the white part of it. So basically I julienne this, brought it to a boil 3 times. Once the third time was done, took it out, drain it, put it on sugar, and let it dry. Once you let it dry, you have your candy orange. And I'm gonna show you right now, which is what I have right over here. That candy orange is, the guys can tell you, I mean, something real good. You can go ahead and add some of that candy orange on your salad. And again, it's a summer dish, refreshing, a lot of different flavors on there. Okay, lots of different flavors on there. You want to make a sexy dish, okay? Once you do that, you can go ahead and put your fish. Let me grab the fish. Grab a nice fillet. Oh wow, I'm making stuff disappear today. Any questions? Place your fish. Right there. Now, again, it goes back to the plating. Once you place your fish, you might move the salad around a little bit. You could grab another component and place it where you think that is empty. Look at that orange, amazing. Let me grab another one. That should be good. More candy orange right on this area. Not too much because then it's going to be a candy plate. A little bit more of dill. And we go. Now look at this. This is what you want. That's what you want to try out. Grab your sauce and go right on top of the fish. Okay? Put some on the side. And it's like you're on Fifth Avenue right now. Go ahead. Huh? What?
Sacks or
Sacks. Yo, anyways, let me go on this camera so you can have a better view on this one. Look at that. Look at that. You have your orange, cucumber, fennel, dill, obviously your salmon with the sauce. This is one of those spring dishes, summer dish, okay? Get up. Thank you. They wasn't able to see it. Easy recipe. The salmon, you just pan sear it. Simple. Salt, pepper, sear it. Add a little butter with thyme, and you guys go from there. Any questions in there? Oh, the sauce, money shot. Yeah, beautiful. Do me a favor, guys. There's 16 people here right now, 17. Click share. I want your people to see what we do here. I'm going to go ahead and play. You know what? Let me play one more. Let me put this guy over here. I'm going to play one more because I have some hungry people here, you know. And I need to feed them. Again, I'm going to go with the salad. I love this plate. A lot of people don't like square plates. This is one of my favorite plates.
One of two plates that we have.
Yeah. How about you buy me some new plates? Because you broke my favorite plate. Okay? You broke my favorite plate. Okay, so I'm going with the Orange Supreme one more time. Go ahead, George. What was that?
Somebody did break your...
I know it wasn't Alyssa, so don't try to blame her. Blood orange. I know you didn't do nothing. I know it wasn't you. I'm going to go ahead with the candy orange. So the candy orange in there, man, this looks good. I hope you guys like it when you guys try it. I'm going with some dill. Man, look at that.
Remember, John, when you put this in your mouth.
Oh my God.
What?
Nothing, George. PG-13.
I'm just saying what you was thinking.
Jesus Christ.
Why don't you do what I'm thinking?
Oh! I wonder what that is.
Shut up. That's what that means.
Hey, I didn't say anything. Salmon. Oh, you know what? I didn't even use the fennel.
And the tomatoes that are with it?
The tomatoes I'm about to. Yo, I'm going crazy or what today? I don't even know where I put the spoons. Oh, okay, I see. Sorry. Yeah. Going with the sauce right there on the fish.
John, can you change that little thing, the orange peel in the side of the...
This?
The orange peel, right down the side, yeah.
I'm gonna go on the plate with that sauce. It's like, you know, that's my canvas right there. This guy is supposed to go right here on top. And I made this, I kid you not, I made this because of Alyssa, because last time she tried it and she loved it. I wasn't gonna put it on the plate, but on this one I am. I'll put it right here for a better picture. I'm gonna put it just because of you. There you go.
Now these tomatoes are really good because they're what? They're poached.
That's tomato confit. They're cooked on oil at a really low temperature, at 200 degrees. Look at that on that side. You can see it. Any questions? Guys, please click share. I want everyone to see what we do here. That's your plate. Any questions? Bloody salmon looks like delicioso. Yep, you got that right.
Cardi, you got bloody shoes, you got bloody salmon?
Oh, you know what? I have one of those things where you put the cards on top of it. Where is it? George, can you pass me that, the cake thingy? I stole it from Alyssa. And there you go. That's your dish. Any questions, guys?
Yo, spinning of fat.
All right.
¿Con qué otro pescado queda bien esa salsa?
Esa salsa queda bien con mero, que es grouper, con halibut. You could do it with red snapper too. Somebody asked me what other fish I could use with that sauce. You can go ahead and use snapper, grouper, halibut. It depends what you're into.
You can actually implement it with desserts too.
But please don't say tilapia. I hate tilapia. To me, tilapia is the
Whitefish.
most nasty crap you could ever get. Anyways, that's my description on tilapia. All right, guys. Please click the share button. One more time, I want everyone to see what we did tonight. Feel free to Leave a comment if you have any questions regarding the recipe.
Somebody said,
And again, sorry for the... Go ahead, George.
somebody said, who gave you that haircut?
You did. Here's this close of me cursing the shit out of him today.
Okay.
We need views,
Thank
bro.
you for watching, guys.
All right. Guys, we'll see you next week. If you have any questions, please feel free to let us know. Click the share button. Click the share button.